Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalavec Movies. My name is John and this is going to be what movies I've picked up in the month of June 2020, plus an unboxing which dropped the letterbox this morning. Amazon said that this was coming tomorrow, but it came today, which is great. I will unbox this at the end of the video. Okay, so first of all I picked up Zombie 5 on 88 Movies. It's part of this collection here, which is the Italian Classics collection. It is spine number 68 from 1987. Now, as most people know, Zombie 5 doesn't really have anything to do with the other zombie films. I spoke about this on a previous video about the sort of really strange history behind Zombie 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and there's many more that could be called a zombie movie or in this series. But anyway, that'll take me all day to explain that. But this movie here it's quite a strange movie because I don't really think it features zombies. It features birds, which is a bit odd in its own premise, but as a movie I've always wanted to get, and the picture quality on this is very good. And also it seems as if 88 films in this collection are moving into this realm where they're doing this really hard box edition of these movies coming out now, and I don't know if they're going to continue with these or maybe just have these sporadically. But anyway, I really enjoy this. I've kept the shrink wrap on here, although the shrink wrap looks like it's ready to come off, but anyway, it protects them for as long as it stays on this particular release. Next up I got from CX for £2, Gone Girl. Now I've just noticed this is an 18. I didn't realise it was an 18. I don't know anything about it really, but I have heard some good things about it, and it was a nice little special edition, and it comes with this sort of book that's pertinent to the movie. Looks like a children's book, and actually a disc as well. So for £2 I couldn't grumble, and I'm not really the biggest fan of Ben Affleck, but I do think that this is a movie that I'm quite interested in seeing because I heard people talking quite a few good things about it. Next up I got on 4K an upgrade for my Blu-ray, Full Metal Jacket, and this has been high in my want list. I got this in the 2 for £25 sale, which is absolutely brilliant for 4Ks. Now I've checked through this and it's quite right what people say about this movie. The actual first half of the movie looks pretty good. The second half of the movie is the one where the 4K really plays a good part when they're actually at war in Vietnam. But it looks much better to me than the Blu-ray does, but it's still got a slight bit of limitations on it. But it's Stanley Kubrick, it looks delicious so for most of the film, so really happy to pick that up. It was essential, I had to pick it up. There is a bigger special edition of that, but I thought the slipcase in this one was more than enough. To go with that, I was looking for another thing, and I found this, Casino Royale. I'm a big fan of actually Daniel Craig's 007. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole series of James Bond. I have a soft spot for Roger Moore, who I grew up with, and I didn't really pay much attention to any of the other ones, if I'm honest, although I have seen quite a lot of the Bond films. And I do think this is probably his best version of the best Bond film that he's been in. But I've got to say the 4K, although it's good in places, it's not the best 4K I've seen. I have heard that before. So it's a bit of a one in these Bond series I'll upgrade, but at a lower price. And also I would love to see the Roger Moore ones in 4K if they could do that. I think they would probably look better than these ones would look, funny enough. So next up I got this from Leon Talks Film channel, link down below, and he offered me this at a great price, the long out of print special edition of Videodrome, a film that I've been looking for, this release I've been looking for years. Even when it came out I missed out. I didn't realise that you couldn't get them in the shops in them days. I didn't realise about pre-ordering at all, but now I know. So this is just an amazing edition. I know everybody who's seen it or heard of it know that this is just absolutely amazing. So thanks once again, Leon, for offering me this at a great price, and it's one that I've been after for a long time. Leon knew this, that's why he offered it to me, so thanks once again, Leon. And Leon put a free movie in the package as well for me. He sent me Raw. Now this movie is a one that I have wanted to see actually for a long time, and Leon has quite amazingly sent this to me. He must have read my mind, and I do want to watch this. I've heard lots of good things about it, quite dystopian when we're led to believe, and it's a film that's one that people talk about quite a bit, and it was on my list to watch. So thanks once again, Leon, for sending me those two great amazing items. Next up I got this strange little thing to pick up for £1, 3 films on a Blu-ray. I wouldn't say the films that I really were like madly after. I did notice it's on 101 Films label, which I thought was a bit bizarre. And I just thought, well, for £1 you can't go wrong. They might be so bad it's good. I really wanted to see this film for some reason. I'm a fan of Nicolas Cage, although I really know his limitations in movies. Well, the movie's limitations. I do think he's a great actor, but I think some of his career choices are just so amazingly bad, and I think he suffers a lot for it. If he hadn't been in so many movies, he might be more well-renowned. I think he should be, and I think he's a bit of a laughingstock because of some of the bad choices he makes in films. But anyway, these films for £3 you can't go wrong. So I haven't even broke it open yet, like, but I will get round to it one day. Also for £1 I picked up I, Tonya. Did want to see this film for quite a while, heard a lot of good things about it as well. I'm familiar with the story, the real life story that happened. I remember this unfolding on the TV. It was quite unbelievable actually. So I'm interested to see how this film portrays Tonya Harding in this movie. And for another £1 I got this one, Ninja Assassin. I've heard that this movie is meant to be quite good. Now this is a multi-pack containing Blu-ray, DVD, digital copies. So for £1, and the film is meant to be pretty good as well. And I love these films. In essence, I think they're a good watch. And yeah, so for £3 you can't grumble with that, can you? This one below, sort of like a pound shop really. Yeah, they get some good stuff, and it's worth checking. If there's one near you, go and get a look in there. Sometimes a lot of rubbish in there, but you'll never know. You might find something that's quite half decent there as well. Next up from CEX was Operation Condor. I was so pleased to get this with a slipcover, and it's like Armour of God Part 2. This is an absolutely brilliant film. I do prefer Armour of God, but these two are just Jackie Chan being Jackie Chan. Amazing fight scenes. The choreography is just unreal, and also the stunts that he does, putting himself in life-threatening danger, is just wow. You've got to see him to believe how sort of crazy he was. You talk about people doing their own stunts. I don't think you'll ever see anybody doing their own stunts like Jackie Chan does. Also, I picked this up as well in CEX with a slipcover. You don't see the slipcover very many times at all. In fact, I've never seen it apart from this one time I saw it in CEX for £6. Haven't seen it, but I've heard great things about it. This is I'm a big fan of David Cronenberg, the Videodrome, and this is his son Brandon Cronenberg. So actually, I didn't realise there was these two things in the same month, but it just shows you. Twist of fate. And next up, it was a one I got. It was The Awakening, and I don't know anything about it. It was £2, and it did feature this actress here. I think is really good, Rebecca Hall. She was in the amazing film Christine, about the true life story of Christine Chubbuck, who did shoot herself live on TV. Which apparently I was looking up that the footage of this shooting is still around, believe it or not. You can't see it. It's locked away in a vault, and it will be destroyed by some family member at a sort of certain time. I don't know too much why it's not destroyed now, but anyway. So there you go. So this one here, it might be a good ghost story, I don't know. It's £2. It doesn't matter if it's not anything great. Next up is a film that was made by a channel called Slimehouse. I'll link that link down below to that channel, and the channel is run by Theo Kane Garvey, who is here, and he made this film. It's got a slipcover. It's only available on DVD at the minute, but the fact that he's actually went and done this and has it in HMV is amazing. And I think it's obviously all his own work with his friends who got together to make this movie, and I'm really interested to watch it. I've flicked it on. It looked actually quite entertaining as well, so really interested to watch this. So yeah, link down to that channel below. He's got some great stuff on there, especially he's well into his kaiju. He's well into sort of toys and stuff like that, and action figures. I thoroughly recommend you checking out his channel, so link down below to Slimehouse. Next up is Jackie Chan again, Dragon Fist. I do want to get these ones in slipcover versions if I can. I mean, look at that. To me, I think that's the better cover to this one, but never mind. I know this cover's really well drawn. I'm not too sure about the colour palette in it. It looks a bit muted, but Dragon Fist, these ones I would have watched back in the day a lot, but I haven't seen this one for a lot of years. I knew I had to get it because of it being on slipcover, and it also goes into this collection that I'm building up slowly of the 88 films that Jackie Chan they're releasing of their stuff. I must admit the print on all of these Jackie Chan ones thus far have been absolutely stunning. So if you're thinking that they're doing a decent job with it, well, they are. I'm continually baffled by how good these prints are on these sort of really low budget old 70s Kung Fu films. Next up on 4K I got Jojo Rabbit. Now I have this already on Blu-ray, and to be honest the 4K isn't a massive jump up in here. It is actually looks a lot better colourful, and it's got a better sound on it, and it's got a better picture slightly, but the Blu-ray isn't far behind it. But I knew I had to get this in 4K because of the slipcover. The Blu-ray doesn't have a slipcover on, and also the fact is I like this film so much. It's one of my favourite movies of all time, that I knew I had to get this in the best version I can. It's weird how it's only just come out in the UK as well, because I think it's been out in the States for quite a while in 4K. I was actually thinking about importing it, but it was absolutely crazy money. So I'm so glad to pick this. It was only £15 as well, so absolutely well worth it. Next up is a movie that I'm going to talk about on what movies I've watched in the month of June, and it's Contagion. Now, I've got a lot to say about this. When I watched it, it was a bit of a wow movie, but a really well done movie. I did enjoy it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be a bit poor. A lot of people said you've got to see it because of what we're going through, the pandemic at the minute. It's quite spooky how accurate this film is, and you can understand a lot of the lingo in it because we're living through it. So the people who've done this movie, the sort of idea behind it, and the what they must have done to look into this movie, the sort of research they must have done to it must have been very accurate, because you're seeing exactly what's happening now is portrayed in this movie that happened a good 10 years before now. Next up is some subscriber mail from the amazing channel Euphoria Pictures, and Keith had sent me this stuff in subscriber mail, so I was like, wow, can't believe this. But there's more to say about this at the moment. But first of all, sent me 3 titles. The first one being the Mothman Prophecies. I remember when Keith was talking about this on a video he did of an unboxing with a different version of this. I said that looks pretty good, but he's actually sent me the video, the Blu-ray, because you can't get it in the UK. So I'm really interested in watching this, and this will probably be my first ever Richard Gere film that I actually own. I've seen plenty of his movies, but I don't own any of them, but I'm interested to see this one. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Now, next of all is the one that Keith sent us, which I was so amazed to get this, because I've been trying to get this on eBay, and it kind of, all the sale went wrong and all this, and I think the bloke was is basically just took the thing off and said he couldn't send it to us just to save himself some money. He did put it back on for more money, but you know, hopefully it didn't sell for him, because I think that was a bit of a con trick. And it is Halloween 3 on Blu-ray. You can't get in the UK, so I just went and got it in the shops, because I've got a big history about the fact that when I saw this in the cinema, and it did tell you that Michael Myers wasn't in this film, we were all raging in the cinema, and I vowed never to watch it again. So I've left that behind. 39 years later, Keith had quite amazingly sent this to me on the very time when I was actually going to buy it myself, and I'm so interested to watch this actually. So this is very high on my list of to watch movies, and I'm going to watch it just as a movie, and I'm not going to get into the whole Michael Myers thing isn't in this movie thing. I've left that behind. So thanks once again, Keith, that was amazing. So as well as them, Keith did send me this. He sent me Get Out, but it's not the Blu-ray, it's the 4K. Now Keith sent me that, and he said he was struggling to get a slipcover. He never got a slipcover of his. Now I've seen plenty of these out in the wild, but I've never seen a slipcover with it. So what I did was, funny enough, I went to CEX the other day and I found the Blu-ray with the slipcover on. So I put the slipcover on it, and basically on the shelf, you would never really know, and it looks great on the shelf. It looks great in the actual lineup of my 4Ks. So amazed to get that in 4K, and I've got to tell you, the picture quality in here is absolutely unreal. So I knew it was going to be good, but wow. So thanks once again to Keith for sending me those amazing titles, and Keith has just recently passed the 1,000 subscribers milestone, and he's well past that now, so that's well deserved as well. So thanks once again, Keith, absolutely amazing. Next up is a film I got which is probably going to go in my top 10 of all time best looking 4K discs, and it is Godzilla vs Kong. I've seen this movie 2 times and I can't wait to watch it again. I think this is my favourite one in the recent Monsterverse 4 movies that came out, and I think it's an absolutely brilliant film, just mindless fun, but it's so good and it's so good to look at, and so the sound is absolutely amazing. So I can't wait to put this on and watch this again. Yes, I'm going to redo my list of top 10 4Ks coming up, in the next month or two, when I've watched a few more 4Ks, and then I'm going to put that out. But this is probably most definitely going to be in there somewhere. So Godzilla vs Kong, very much recommended in both picture quality and movie. Next up is a movie called Possum. I've been after this for quite a while. It's directed and probably written by Matthew Holness, and I do know that he's someone that I just rate highly. And I thought that this film was going to be a bit more of a sort of horror film, but it looks a bit more like an indie sort of movie, which I'm all for, and I can't wait to see this. I've heard a lot of people saying good things about it. The scene is very creepy as well, and you get like a very buggy sort of feeling of it, and you need a good shower after you've watched it. Wow. Next up is a Blu-ray. I got the 2 for £15 in the HMV Premium Collection sale. What a mouthful. And it is 2010. This came on the recommendation of the channel Movie Collector. I'll put a link down below to his channel, and he said that it sort of explains a little bit about 2001, which I love that film, and this one looks really good actually. And also I do want to find out a little bit more to do with the sort of questions that you ask yourself when you watch 2001. I know it probably doesn't explain everything, but at least it'll explain some parts of it. So getting 2 for £15 I got as well, it is The Valley of Gwangi, a movie that I saw many times on TV, and I've put this on, and the print on here is much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit ropey because they're mixing in dinosaurs in with like sort of stop motion with real footage, but it looks absolutely really bright and vibrant. The colour in here is absolutely amazing actually. It's highly recommended, and it's from 1969, and it's spine number 55. 2010 is from 1984, and it's spine number 87. I don't collect all of the premium collection, but I do know when I get one of theirs, I do think that they're highly collectible, and I do like them, although I don't like all of the titles in that collection. Next up is a movie I've been after for quite a while, and I couldn't find it cheap, so I've sorted £12. I thought, well, this is it. This is the cheapest I'm going to see it. It is 8th Grade, and it's a great movie because it's very independent as well. I forgot to say that this movie has got an absolutely brilliant soundtrack. It's very 80s, although it's not set in the 80s, and it's very sort of synthesized, and it's a really good soundtrack, a lot better than you would think. But it's a lot more of an indie type movie than you would think as well. It's not like a mainstream movie at all. It's from A24, so that tells you a little bit about it. But it's basically this girl who's got a YouTube channel, and she's got social anxiety, and she's very awkward with people, and she wants to learn how to fit in a bit more, and she thinks that she's picked up a good guy. Is he a good guy? That remains to be seen. Great film, and I highly recommend it if you want to see a film that deals with things like that, about social awkwardness and the fact of starting your own YouTube channel. That might appeal to a few people as well. Highly recommend it actually, much better than you would think. Next up is a film here that I watched last night, and it is The Old Dark House. This is incredible, and actually the slipcover on here, the more I look at it, the better I think it is. That's the original cover there. This is just it's a delight, this movie, and look at that slipcover. It's just the actual artwork on there is stunning. I'm going to talk more about this and what movies I watched in the month of June, but we had a really good time with this, and it's highly recommended by me if you can see it. Great version, that. And also I got this one as well, Call Off at Columbia. This has got 6 movies on. I've checked them out a little bit, and they're all black and white. They're all quite short. They're about an hour and 10 minutes long. Actually, Old Dark House was only 1 hour 12 minutes long, although it felt longer. And I'm really interested in cracking this one open as well, because I love this type of thing. Eureka just knock it out of the park with their stuff when they released it. So I was so glad to get these at a reasonable price. £25 for this and £12 for this, both at CEX, in great condition as well. So last of all, I got this is the last thing I've picked up today, and I'm going to unbox this. So I was surprised it came today, because it did say up until this morning it says coming tomorrow, so I thought, oh well, I'll just wait till tomorrow, but it's come today. This is the day of release for this title actually. Deep joy. So what I received through the post today is So Sweet, So Perverse, and this is, I'm gonna Umberto Lenzi. This is spine number, oh actually the box is black. Now this is the Italian collection, but it doesn't have the spine number on there. I'm going to have to open this up and see what it is. So yeah, so this is the next one that came out after, although I don't know if it's the next title here. This is the next one from Killing Birds that came out. It's been released. This is released today. So I'm filming this on the 28th of June, and this is the release date. So I was really happy to get this, and I do like these versions that they're putting out now. I don't know if they're all going to be like this, but I'm interested to see what this. Actually, it's not a black case; it's a blue case. My eyes. So I'll open this up and see what we've got. Okay. So lovely thick box there. Absolutely brilliant. That's what you want to see. If you're going to, I'm thinking it's about £25. If you're going to pay that little bit extra for these things, region free as well, you do want to get yourself some really high quality stuff. I mean, you know, you want that extra. You don't want flimsy stuff. So that's brilliant. That's a nice hard book. So there's the disc, and I'm going to flip the art because then you're going to see what number this is. So this is spine number 67 from 1969, and it's brand new 2K restoration from the film. I will say though that a small gripe of this is that the actual case it's in, it's blue, which I don't think it should be blue. I think it should be clear. I think that looks a little bit more high class. And I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's a really cheap Blu-ray box. I will be changing that completely for a white one. But I do think that that's the first time I've ever noticed in one of these collections that you seem to be a little bit kind of scrimping on something. It's very clear. It's very sort of, you know, just not, I don't know. It just doesn't feel high class, but never mind. I'm interested to see this because I do like Umberto Lenzi films a lot more than I thought I would. It does come with this amazing booklet, and it's about 38 pages long. Lots of colour photographs in there, and I don't know I've seen some of Umberto Lenzi's films that are a bit like this. I would imagine this is a bit like a sort of giallo type movie, and I think that I'm very interested to see it. And I do like these ones from '88. I do think that they do an absolutely stunning version. I know I think that the box looks a little bit. I'd be interested to see if anybody else has had, you know, things said about that particular one. You can see it's just the quality is just not as good. So it does come with a poster, double-sided poster, which smells absolutely incredible. You get that side, and then you get this side as well. Excellent art on there, got to admit. So thanks for watching, appreciate that. I'm going to have to edit this video now because you wouldn't believe how many times I've sneezed or coughed in this because of this stupid hay fever I've got. Anyway, okay, so thanks for sticking around. You take care, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.